Alright, welcome to another live game night where I host and keep score. You play by commenting. Hey, Trinity, how are you? We've got some new games. Hey, Javier, welcome. Got some new games where multiple people earn points. Super cool, super fun. Hope you're doing well, Trinity. Javier, hope your cake was good. Cake was fire. Awesome. We're getting started shortly. Alright, looks like we're about time to get started. Who will join the Hall of Champions today? Welcome to another live game night, guys, where I host and keep score. You play by commenting. Hey, it's Plastic Fantastic. Hey, you guys, how's everyone? Hope you're all doing good. I'm doing good. A little tired, but doing great. I was up pretty late. I think didn't go to bed till about 9 in the morning. Had a late night producing some stuff and helping some people out. So it's good. It was good. I hope you're doing good. Plastic, how are you doing? Guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Got some fun games for today. We've got Think and Sync, which is the newest edition. Oh, my anxiety for a quick second, thinking I wasn't ready. Thought I lost all my games for a second. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start it off with Mad Gab, actually. Let a couple more people come in, and then we'll play Think and Sync. You're all good? Perfect, Plastic. All right, guys, Mad Gab's a little difficult. I know a lot of people find it hard and good challenge. Hey, Richard, welcome, Richard. Hope you're doing good. We're going to go ahead and start off with Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say will get a point on the scoreboard. One person will join the Hall of Champions today. First person to guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. Common, firm, their reign. 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 Common, fur, their reign. Common, firm, their reign. Common, firm, their reign. Common, firm, their reign. Common, firm, their reign. Come in from the rain would be correct. That is a point for Richard. Richard, welcome to the scoreboard. You're number 1 on the scoreboard, Richard, and as a former champion, you are entered in as red. Since you're number 1 on the scoreboard, Richard, you will have the number 1 token. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer. We are playing King of the Hill today. When this timer randomly goes off, and I do not know when it'll go off between 5 and 10 minutes. When it randomly goes off, whoever the most recent person, or 2 people, I said gets a point. We'll get a bonus point on the scoreboard. Moving on to another round. Anybody's welcome to play. Welcome to a live game show where I host and keep score. You play by commenting. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. The first person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say will get a point on the scoreboard. Nod, itch, ants. 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 Not a chance. Not a chance is correct. I felt like this was the most smooth one. Trinity, you were a close second. Guys, once we get a few more people and we're going to go back to what we were doing before, I recently added that if we have, Javier, welcome to the scoreboard. If we have a lot of people in, probably like at least 5, 6, I'm going to start giving out a point to the first 2 people who get the correct answer, and that's going to kind of scale as we get more people, so it's more interactive and more people are having fun and more points are getting on the board. Javier, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. You do have your own game piece since you're in the Hall of Support. Let me get your game piece out. You are, of course, the GOAT. All right, moving on to another round. I think we're going to maybe do one more round of Mad Gab, and then we're going to do Think and Sync. A couple more rounds of Mad Gab. Summer's done. Got to get the big coats out. Yeah, it's getting a little cold here, too. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. Nose hole is sitting. 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 Bah. Nose hole is sitting. Nose hole is sitting. No soliciting is correct. That's another point for Javier. All right, guys. I think, you guys know typos are fine. Typos are fine. I think we have 4 people in right now, so we're going to go ahead and play Think and Sync. Think and Sync is a fun new game we added this week. I should probably wait till there's 5 people, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wait till there's one more person, and we'll play Think and Sync. So we're going to go ahead and keep playing Mad Gab. We'll keep playing a little bit more Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. Annexorcyst. 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 And exorcist would be correct. That is a point for Plastic. Plastic, welcome to the scoreboard. Plastic, as a former champion, you are entered in as red. You're number 3 on the scoreboard, which means you'll have the number 3 token. And it's red since you're a former champion. And make sure the volume's actually up this time on King of the Hill. It is good. Perfect. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. First person correct to guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. The power of Elmo compels you. Where is Robert? This is Robert's game. Dawn Judy Lane He. Dawn Judy Lane He. Dawn Judy Lane He. Dawn Judy Lane He. Dawn Judy. Is it Judy? Dawn Judy Lane He. Dawn Judy Lane He. Don't you blame he, Jim Leahy. Don't you blame me. That is a point for Plastic. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. The first person to correctly guess what I'm trying to. I actually read that card wrong. I'm still going to give you the point because I thought it said don't you blame me, but it was actually don't you delay me. Dawn Judy lay me. Oh, well, I'm still going to let you give the point. We're going to go ahead and skip on because I read it wrong, but you were pretty close, and that's actually what I thought it was. Even though I can read the answer, I got it wrong. That's sad. All right, moving on to another round of Mad Gab. The first person to correct guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. My apologies. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Yes, it is. My bad. Whitetail Huff Hunt. 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 It is 2 words. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Whitetail Huff Hunt. This is a tricky one. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Whitetail. Whitetail Huff Hunt. Whitetail Huff Hunt. It is only 2 words. Whitetail Huff Hunt. White elephant is correct. That is a point for Richard. Hey, Johnny, welcome back. We're playing Mad Gab. Welcome back. Playing Mad Gab, first person correctly guess what I'm trying to say. We'll get a point. We do have some new games. I don't know if you saw the most recent edition, Think and Sync. It's a pretty cool one. Did that one. Awesome. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say. We'll get a point. Sly Stun Yen. 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 Sly Stun Yen to be correct. That is a point for Javier. Richard, you're close second. Plastic close third. Moving on to another one of Mad Gab. Sliced asparagus. Some kind of slow. Kind of close. Moving on to another one of Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. We have High Moan Leak Hidden. 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 I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding is correct. Point for Richard, I believe. Yes. When we get a consistent 5 players in, we're going to move on to Think and Sync. Think and Sync is a good one. Just kidding. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say. We'll get a point. Tall, cure, rear, off. 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 Hello, Mamba GG. Welcome to the live game show I host and keep score. You play by commenting. We like to keep this environment family friendly. Talk your ear off is correct. That's a point for Plastic. Fantastic. All right, Plastic, you're getting the first bonus point for being the king of the hill. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to say. We'll get a point. We have. Sweet. Yeah, it's cool. I like King of the Hill. I really like it a lot. Sick Steamy Knits. 6 steamy knits. 6 steamy knits. 6 steamy knits. It is 2 words. 6 steamy knits. 6 steamy knits. 60 minutes is correct. 6 steamy knits. Oh, Richard, that was a close guess. I could see how you could hear 16 units. 16 minutes. Those are close guesses. Javier, you did get it. I think what I'm going to start doing with Mad Gab is telling you guys how many words it is. Because I know Mad Gab can be a little tricky. So I will let you guys know how many words it is. We're on to another round of Mad Gab. You guys like that? Cool, cool. Awesome, awesome. All right, we got all these. Another round of Mad Gab. First person to correct, I guess what I'm trying to say will get a point. we have 4 words. Red he forth a road. 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 Ready for the road is correct. That is a point for Richard. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. First person correct, I guess what I'm trying to say. We'll get a point. We have 3 words. Yule Bizarre He. 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 Richard, I'm super excited for the weekend hike. It might rain, though, so I'm not 100% if we're going. I don't care if it rains, but my friends might. Yule Bizarre He. 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 3 words, super close, Richard. Yule Bizarre He. 3 words, Yule Bizarre He. Yule Bizarre He. It's You'll Be Sorry. You were so close, Richard. I did say you guys do have to be word for word. You have to have the same number of words. Johnny, you said you be sorry. You is in you'll, and that is typically a lenience I allow in almost every game. This is one of them. So, Johnny, I'm actually going to give it to you since you is very close to you'll. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you, Johnny. Welcome to the scoreboard. You're number 4 on the scoreboard. Well, Johnny's fair is fair, and I'm giving it to you because it is within the realm of the leniencies. Thanks. I will like. Do you only like the video when you get a point? Johnny, you're currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Thanks. I will like the video. That's funny. All right, guys. Moving on to another round of Mad Gab. Hey, Richard, you were so close. You were super close. All right, guys. I do really like starting with the hint of telling you guys how many words. I'm going to tell you guys how many words it's supposed to be. You guys have to have that many words exactly. Typos are okay in some other words. 5 words. 5 words you guys are trying to guess. Were that sway 10 cold? Were that sway 10 cold? We're that sway 10 cold. God, this is a hard one. We're that sway 10 cold. We're that sway 10 cold. Were that sway 10 cold. I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced we're or were right now. Worth its weight in gold. Thank you, plastic, for just getting it. I didn't, because it was W-E-R-E was the first one I had to say. So I was like, is it we're or were? It just depends on the sentence, but these aren't sentences. So plastic, thanks for saving me right there. I was struggling just saying that one. Yeah, I agree. Good job. Thanks. Moving on to another round of Tribon. 3 words. First person to correctly get it will get a point. Hits, Abe, egg, inning. 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 It's a beginning is correct. That is a point for Plastic Fantastic. Oh, Johnny, by the way, you're number 4 on the scoreboard. So you will be the number 4 token. Hey, Michael B., welcome back. We're currently playing. We got some new games. Do we have 5 people in right now? We do. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and play the new game. I'm going to put this to the side for now. We're going to play the new game. It's called Think and Sync. We've only played it a couple times. Michael B., welcome back. Guys, this is a super fun one because 2 people get a point. We're currently playing a bonus game called King of the Hill. Whoever the most recent person or 2 people, if I give them both a point at the same time, get a point. The most recent person to get a point is the current King of the Hill. When this random timer goes off, they will both get a bonus point, or whoever the current king is. The king is announced the moment I say you get the point, whether I put the point on or have changed the piece yet. Welcome back, Michael. Been a little bit since I've seen you. You're welcome to come in anytime you like. Guys, we're going to go ahead and play Think and Sync. How this works is I'm going to have you guys name something. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. All right. Name something a baby sleeps in. Name something a baby sleeps in. We have Michael B. and Javier both said crib. You guys know I am okay with typos. Michael, welcome to the scoreboard. You're going to be number 5 on the scoreboard, Michael. All right, so Michael and Javier, you guys are the first 2 people to say crib. So you guys were getting the point. Michael and Javier. Michael, since you're number 4 on the score, I'm sorry, 5. My apologies. 5 on the scoreboard. Johnny's number 4. Since you're number 5 on the scoreboard, you're going to be the number 5 token. Javier's in the Hall of Support, so he's the GOAT. You guys are the current kings. And since I announced that you guys got the point before the timer went off, Michael, you're going to get the bonus point, and so is Javier. You guys are sharing the throne. 2 people will share the throne during the duration of this game, and if we get a lot of people, then probably for the rest of the show. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a color of a baby blanket. We have Javier and Plastic said blue. Dovid, welcome back, Dovid. Javier and Plastic both said blue. So they're going to both get a point. Dovid, we're playing a new game. It's good to see you back. Plastic number 3. What's up, Dovid? Good to see you. We're playing a bonus game, King of the Hill. Whoever the most recent person I said to get a point is, will get a bonus point on the scoreboard when the timer goes off. Currently, since 2 points are handed out to the players, this is a team game, kind of. 2 people can share the throne. We're playing Think and Sync right now, Dovid. We're the first 2 people to say the same thing. We'll both get a point on the scoreboard, and they'll both share the throne. Moving on to another round. Name something you feed a baby. You're allowed as many guesses as you would like. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Good to see you back, Dovid. Name something you feed a baby. Oh, we have Richard and Plastic both said milk. So, Plastic and Richard, you guys are both getting the point. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point. Name a tropical fruit tree. Name a tropical fruit tree. Mango. Javier and Plastic. You got it. Awesome. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a really tall tree. This one might be tricky. Remember, you guys are allowed as many guesses as you like. Name a really tall tree. We have palm tree. That's the point for Michael and Johnny. right, 4 and 5. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a tree which produces a sap that's processed and sold. I'm going to give it to oak. Michael syrup is what comes from the maple tree, but I was looking for the word maple. So if you would have said maple instead of syrup, then you and Javier would have got it. However, I was looking for the word maple because Javier had said maple. However, so the first two people to say the same thing would be David and Javier, which would be oak. All right, David, welcome to the scoreboard. Welcome back, David. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. David, you're number 6 on the scoreboard, which means you will have the number 6 red token, red because you're a former champion. You are sharing the throne with Javier. If this timer goes off, whoever's the most recent champion will... or whoever's the most recent king of the hill, right? This game allows 2. We'll both get a bonus point. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Good to see you back, David. Ooh, this is a fill in the blank one. All right. Grape blank. You guys are going to replace your blank with your answer. You don't need to type in grape, just grape blank. What is blank? Juice, Richard in plastic. And guys, once I say who the people got the point is, they are the king, whether I've written the point or changed the piece yet. I'll have you guys know. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. We have fill in the blank. Green blank. Green blank. Grass. Plastic and Richard again. You guys are already on there. Good stuff, guys. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. By the way, Michael B., you're currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions, which will be announced 1 hour and 55 minutes to 2 hours into the show. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Window blank. We have window blank. Window pane. That is a point for Plastic and David. Moving on to another round. Oh, that's the timer. So whoever is on here, which would be 3 and 6. So we have Plastic and David. You guys are both getting the bonus points. Hey, Josh the Great. Welcome back. David and Plastic, you guys are the current king of the hill while the timer went off. The timer does go off every 5 to 10 minutes. It's at random intervals between 5 and 10 minutes. And I cannot see when it's going to go off because I thought that would be the most fair. All right, Josh the Great. Welcome back. We're playing Think and Sync right now. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We're playing the fill in the blank rounds right now. All right, here we go. Blank phone. Blank phone. I have a feeling I know. Pay. I'm surprised I didn't see flip. Aging myself, I guess. Richard and Josh got it. Josh, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. Josh, number 7 on the scoreboard, which means you will have the number 7 token. Josh, you're going to have the red token since you're a former champion. Did I say phone? Oh, sorry about that. I'll try to pronounce my words a little bit more clear. My apologies on that, Dovin. Oh, that's why he said styro. That's funny. That's funny. That's styrofoam. That makes so much more sense now. All right, that's cool. Moving on to another round. Think and Sync, the first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point. Get a megaphone. I need to get a mic. I get one day. Name a fruit that has a pit. The first 2 people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a fruit that has a pit. Avocado, Josh, and Javier got it. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. The opposite of cold. Javier and Michael both got warm. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point. The opposite of lazy. We have Awake, Richard, and Javier. Active was a close second. Busy, close third. Richard and Javier. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a kind of cheese used on a pizza. Mozzarella, point for Javier and Josh. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name an unpopular pizza topping. Johnny, if you refresh, Johnny, can you scroll to another live and then scroll back? It should actually refresh on your screen so you can see. If not, I can pull up my chat on my screen. You did not get it first. You were close, but you did not get it first. I can't always show you. We have Pineapple, Josh, and Javier got it. All right, let me go ahead and pull up my chat real quick. All right, pulling up for mozzarella. Go down. We have Javier said it, then Josh, then Michael, then Johnny, then Richard. Can you guys actually see that? Hold on, let me put it right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. We have Javier, Josh, Michael, Johnny. It's okay, Johnny. I don't mind checking. Yes, what Richard said. Go down live. All right, getting back to it. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point. Name a war. We have Josh the Great and Plastic Fantastic with World War II. This is Javier, you said world. However, there is 1 and 2. So I'm going to give it to Josh for saying 2 and Plastic WW2. World War I. Johnny, I would have accepted the typo for World War I. Josh and Plastic got it. All right, Josh and Plastic are both getting the bonus point. I thought it was types of war. That's fair. Well, if somebody else would have said world as well, I would have given it to you. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point. Might be tricky. 2 is also kind of broad. Yeah, but I think we all know when talking about war what 2 represents, though, for like World War. You know, 2 is pretty broad now that I think about it. This, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm just because I see so many people saying World War. I see 2, and then it just you'll have it. 2. The 2 is so broad. It went right over my head. Oh my god. I'm still gonna give it to you. We're just gonna keep going. Moving on to another round of. Can't believe it. Thanks, Josh, for pointing that out. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. We have fill in the blank, tennis blank. I have also not seen it, Richard. I've only watched one movie, I think, in the last, 2 years. Tennis blank. Johnny and Josh both got ball. They both will get a point. It's an oldie but goldie. Moving on to another round. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We have another fill in the blank. Finger blank. Finger blank. Hey, Bronny, welcome back. Okay, Josh and Bronny got licking. Finger licking and finger licking good. It's close enough. I cannot believe that's what got the point. Oh my god. All right, we have licking and licking good. All right, that's a point for Bronny and Josh. Bronny, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Also, Bronny, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are KFC. Finger licking good. Okay, that's right. That's where that comes from. Hey, that's a good slogan. Bronny, welcome back. You're number 8 on the scoreboard, but that doesn't matter because you have your own piece. Good to see you. Got a lot of regulars in. A finger blast is like finger gun, if remember family friendly. I would have accepted it. And you also still said it too, which is funny. It's depends on the context. All right, Josh is number 7. Bronny, you are in the Hall of Support, so you have your own piece. The Halo enemy. We're playing King of the Hill right now, and 2 people can share the throne today. All right, moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We're doing a fill in the blank round. Parking blank. Parking blank. Josh and Javier with ticket. Josh, you've been killing it. You're staying on this throne. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. It's another fill in the blank. We have Captain Blank. There is a bug, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was checking what bug it was. It's a little Hook. Captain Hook. It's a little stink bug. They're harmless, though, so I'm going to leave him. Oh, he's in a spider web. Well, I guess I know where I can find him in a couple hours when I'm done and get him outside. Good luck, bug. Hopefully I get to you before the spider does. All right. Who are the first 2 people to say Hook? Oh, wait, let me double check. Hook. John Smith, Jack, Hook. Yep, it was Hook. Javier, Bronny. That's if he wants to play. He doesn't have any choice but to listen right now. Bronny and Javier. Moving on to another round. Johnny B, family friendly and appropriate. Moving on to another round of. By the way, Michael, you're back in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a large musical instrument. You got out of the web. Cello. Be Josh and Javier. Moving on to another round of. All right, another round of Think and Sync. First 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We have. Name a small musical instrument. Bronny and Javier with bell. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and play Family Feud. Many points can be handed out to the players. However, Family Feud, we do have a lot of people in, but rip them off the throne. Family Feud and Battleship are never going to be games I give 2 points out because it's very complicated for me to keep track of, especially with Family Feud. So, actually with both of them. So I'm probably never going to give 2 points out. I can't. Life is long. Hey, John, welcome back. We're playing Family Feud right now. All right, guys, up to 4 points can be handed out to the players. Name a question people ask their dogs. Well, as many guesses as you would like. 1 guess per comment. Name a question people ask their dogs. John, good to see you back. John, you're number 23 on the Hall of Fame. You've been here for a long time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put done in the chat. I'm only accepting answers above when I say done. Give me a pencil real quick. I'm only going to read the answer if it's correct. The first person to have a correct answer will get a point, so that way we can speed it up. All right, want to eat / treat? Josh, you'll get it for Are You Hungry? It's close enough. All right, now only one person will be on the throne. We're playing King of the Hill. The most recent person I said to get a point was the current King of the Hill, whether I've written the point or put their thing on. When the random timer goes off every 5 to 10 minutes, they will get a bonus point, whoever the current king is. All right, moving on. We have Javier, want to go outside? Want to go outside? Want to go out is on here. You can go ahead and get that point. And Javier, you're getting the bonus point. That was clutch timing right there. I'll give you guys one of the. I like to reuse the cards, so I don't want to tell you guys all the answers. Sometimes you don't get them all. One of them was "How are you?" I've never heard anybody ask the dog how they are. Just snuck in there, goat. Yeah, he did. Moving on to another round of Family Feud. Not family appropriate. Okay, this is going to be goofy. We're going to do this one. Josh, that's funny. Moving on to an. Are you hungry and fetch? It's weird. Out of context, that is funny. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another round of Family Feud. Up to 7 points can be handed out to the players. Name a bird that would make a disgusting meal. Name a bird that would make a disgusting meal. Javier, you ask your dog how he's doing. Name a bird that would make a disgusting meal. Up to 7 points can be handed out to the players. Few more seconds on the clock. Some good guesses. Go ahead and refresh my screen just to make sure I have all the chats above when I said done. All right, starting at the top. Where's the top? There we go. Name a bird that would make a disgusting meal. Brawny, you got pigeon. And I can attest to that as well. I had a pigeon's brain once. Actually, I just licked it. It was at a restaurant. And it made me very, very, very sick. We were eating the pigeon. And then I was really young and dumb, so I thought it'd be funny to lick the brain. And it was not funny. Yeah, Javier was there when that happened, actually. Yeah, I was long. We were like teenagers. Yeah, it was not a good meal. All right. Josh, you said vulture. I was a dumb teenager. Like a lot of them, though. Nothing special. Yeah, I don't have any plans to lick a pigeon's brain. I didn't have any plans ever in my life to do it. It was just an impulse. A weird impulse, too. Out to eat with some friends. I'm surprised Bat wasn't on here. I feel like an ostrich would have a lot of fat. I wonder how that would taste. You guys have some good guesses. Crow is on here. Javier, you got it. Hey, Timothy Sykes, welcome back. We're almost done with this round. We're playing a Family Feud. I'm just getting the answers real quick. Javier, you're going to get the point for Parrot. I hope you're doing well, Timothy. Guys, we're going to move back on to Think and Sync after this. Think and Sync's a fun one. All right. Josh, you got Seagull. We're currently playing around Family Feud. Name a bird that would make a disgusting meal, but the answers are closed. We're almost done with the round. We're also playing King of the Hill. Whoever the most recent person to get a point is the current king. When the timer goes off, they get a bonus point. Oh, Bronny, I missed that you said buzzard. My apologies on that. You said buzzard, and I missed that. And Bronny, you said penguin. All right, that's all the answers. You guys actually got them all. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys, we're going to move back on to Thanks, I'm good. I hope everyone else is having a great day. Yeah, I'm having a really, really good day. Super good. Feel super relaxed today. Feeling pretty healthy. All right, guys, we're playing a new game called Think and Sync. This is maybe the second or third time it showed up. How Think and Sync works is I have you guys name something. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard, and they will share the throne on the King of the Hill during this game when the timer goes off. Since two people share it, two people get the bonus point. Awesome, Richard. I appreciate that. All right, name a tool you plug in. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a tool you plug in. Pigeon pie and crow pie. Whoa. All right, Javier and plastic. You got saw. Guys, this is a more inclusive. I'm trying to lean more towards giving out multiple points every round just to get more people on the board. And especially as we're growing and we're getting more viewers and stuff, it's good to just get more points on the board so it's more interactive and everybody's having more fun. Especially when we do the board game bonuses. A building tool? I mean, tool, you know. It wasn't very specific, so if you guys would have just both said, hey, Annie, welcome back, Annie. If you guys, you know, as long as you guys are in the realm, then you guys don't have to be as specific. Like, the answer doesn't have to be 100% correct. It just has to be in the realm of what I asked. Yeah, even a clipper's a tool. Yeah, like a toaster's, I don't know if you consider it a tool. It might be an apparatus or however an instrument. No, probably not an instrument, an apparatus. I don't know. There's a fork is a tool. Yeah, a toaster's kind of like a tool to toast your bread. I don't know if it would be considered a tool. Hold on. It's called Mindful Discovery. I love learning. Define tool, a device or implement, especially one held in the hand, used to carry out a particular function. Yeah, so it's not just building tools. There's a lot of things. Like a hot glue gun would be a tool. But as long as you guys are in the general realm of the question, then it's acceptable. Oh, thanks, Prodi. See if you plug the fork in, it'll make your hair stand up. Yes, because of electrical shock. Don't do that, kids. Guys, we're moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point. Name a sport that has a ball. I had to change it last second. Thank you, Annie. Don't forget the thumbs up. Name a sport that has a ball. I know that one was a... Hey, Jeff Mom, welcome. We have Javier and Johnny both got soccer. All right. Johnny and Michael, you're both tied for entering the Hall of Champions. It'll be announced in about an hour from now. About an hour from now. Jeff Mom, welcome back. Oh, and Javier and Johnny, you were the most recent King of the Hills when the timer went off, so you guys are going to get the bonus point. There you go, Javier. Johnny, you're currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Moving on to another round of Think and Sink. The first just got to Bass Fish. Awesome. I hope that was enjoyable. Speaking of, I have your little fish right here since you're in the Hall of Support. Moving on to another round of Think and Sink. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a country that starts with the letter S. He's live? Awesome. Definitely pop in. I'll pop in during the break. Name a country that starts with the letter S. Spain. We have Annie and Richard. Annie, welcome back. It's good to see you came back. Annie, welcome to the scoreboard. Where's that? There we go. You are number 9 on the scoreboard, Annie. Since you're number 9 on the scoreboard, you will have the number 9 token. Yellow, since you're not yet in the Hall of Champions, one person will enter the Hall of Champions. All right, Annie, you are sharing the throne with Richard right now. Moving on to another round. Of Think and Sink. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point. Name something made of leather. I'm going to give it to Annie and Plastic for saying belt. Annie, I could see how vault is a typo for belt because the V is next to the B, and so it's pretty close. You guys know I'm lenient with typos. All right, Annie and Plastic, you guys got it. We have 3 and 9. Moving on to another round of Think and Sink. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name some. That's probably. We're gonna do it. Name something that comes in pairs. Fat fingers. I feel that. Yeah. Especially on a phone. Some people do it on the laptop. They play on a laptop. Oh, we have shoes. Josh and Bronny got it. All right, Josh is number 7. Bronny, here's your piece. Perfect. Oh, those calf cramps are horrible. Plastic. Family friendly. I had a debate deleting it or not. You're not in trouble. I'm just trying to keep it family friendly, guys. Moving on to another round of Think and Sink. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. No, it's okay, Plastic. It happens. It happens. Yeah, well, you guys know I'm lenient. Moving on to another round of Think and Sink. We're going to play Fill in the Blank. We have Dr. Blank. Hey, Sasso, welcome back. We have Doctor Who for Josh and Plastic. Guys, also, just so you know, if I delete one of your comments, it doesn't mean that you did anything too bad. I just want to make sure that it just stays family friendly for anybody who comes in later and might scroll back. So just because I delete it, don't think anything bad happened. Just borderline, and just trying to keep it family friendly in the long run. All right, let me just double check. We have Who, Doom, Strange, Pepper, Who. Awesome, cool. So it's gonna be Josh and Plastic. We have 3 and 7. Josh and Plastic. Plastic's kicking off Barani. Johnny, we cannot transfer points in this game. It is not fair for other people who are competing and earned their points. Sasso, welcome back. Have a good one, Johnny. Did you guys get Doctor Who? They got Doctor Who, yeah. Plastic and Josh got Doctor Who. Yes, you and Josh got it. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point. Dr. Pepper, it would have counted. That's a drink. All right, we're going to do fill in the blank. See you blank. I meant, do you get it in America? Oh, yeah, Doctor Who. That's like a TV show here. I think. I'm pretty sure it's a TV show. Later, Timothy and Jeff Mom got Later. Timothy, welcome to the scoreboard. Timothy, you are number 10 on the scoreboard, which means you will have the number 10 token. Yellow, since you're only in the Hall of Fame. Red, if you're in the Hall of Champions as well. And Jeff Mom, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. All right, and Jeff Mom, I have your little bass right here, so you're going to be right there on the throne. Oh, we are an hour and 2 minutes in. I usually do take a break between 55 minutes and 1 hour in. I'm going to go ahead and pause the timer. I'm going to leave it right here so I remember to actually unpause. So, thank you, guys. I actually have a plan for a new background. I have a plan for a new background. It's not going to come for a while. I have an exciting new plan. I think it's exciting, but... All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break. At the sound of the gong, the 5 minutes has begun. At the sound of the air horn, the 5 minutes is over. Oh, where's my stopwatch? I do keep a stopwatch on me to respect everybody's time. I'll be back in exactly 5 minutes starting now. I do keep a phone on me to keep talking to you guys. Hey, it's Shannon. I host the games and keep score while you play them by commenting. If you would like to support the channel and enter the Hall of Supporters, my Cash App is Shannon1742. My PayPal and Venmo are mindfuldiscovery@yahoo.com. These should be pinned in the comments. If you are interested in any of the games played on this show or the props used, I have affiliate links in the description. I earn a commission for each product bought at no extra cost to you. Another way you could show support is by purchasing my book, Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games. This is a book on learning the rules for 52 solitaire-type card games with various levels of difficulties, chance, and skill. I wrote detailed instructions for new and experienced players to be able to learn these games, along with setup pictures for examples. Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games is available on Amazon as a paperback book and on the Kindle store. It is also enrolled in the Kindle Unlimited program. We have a minute left in the break. Who will enter the Hall of Champions tonight? The three key principles for this game show. We want to be fair, we want to have fun, and we want to be friendly. I personally want to thank this community and everyone in the Hall of Fame for helping develop this positive game show experience. All right, we are back. Plastic, what are your plans for the weekend? I plan on going hiking on Saturday. We're going to go ahead and start off soft with a round of Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to make within 2 guesses will get a point. Plan on experiencing my weekend. That's good. It'll be the first time I do that in a while, to be honest. Taking a buddy to hiking also with my dog. Awesome, Sasso. Taking a buddy to a state park. I've been going there for since I was a kid, 20 years about. He's never been. Super good state park, a couple hours away. It's one of the only state parks we even have. Moving on to a round of Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess what I'm trying to make will get a point. Actually, almost all of our state parks are within 20 minutes of each other, which is kind of crazy. Illinois does not have a lot of good hiking at all. All the really good hiking in Illinois is all within 20, 30 minutes of each other, which is kind of funny. And just skate plastic, awesome. Yeah, guys, so I will likely not be streaming Saturday. Or if we have Swan is correct point for Javier. Jeff's just for One Fishing Channel has a number of viewers. I like that. Like how he went and supported us. Oh yeah, I love watching their stream. If he's streaming and I'm not on, I'll have it on while I'm doing stuff. Javier, you got it. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I really like their string. They got really, really cool pulls. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue that. Guys, he's doing a poll giveaway. His super cool polls. That's a tiger. It's not a tiger. He said he only has 37 people in the for the giveaway. He's gonna give away one of those polls to somebody who comments on one of his video guys. You guys should check it out. You get a chance to win one of those super cool polls. Yeah, me too, Richard. I always like to check it out. You entered the last giveaway. I entered the poll giveaway. That poll was super cool. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point. Yeah, I like fishing. I've been doing it since I was really, really young. I haven't been able to do it much this year. I don't even know if I've gone this year. It was on the How to Paint Your Rod video. That video was cool. Bronny, you said blurt. All right, we're going to do blurt. But we have a lot of players in, so I'm going to only be reading one blurt at a time, but I will be giving 2 points out. We're going to do one blurt at a time and then 2 points out. Soon I will have my expanded version in. Javier, you're the current king of the hill, so you're going to get the bonus point. I'm super close to having my the dictionary read, and then I have to make it into a card game too. I'm gonna print it out, and then I've got to laminate it and cut it and make a box so that way I can have my own version. So, moving on to another round of moving on to another game. We're gonna go ahead and play blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will get a point. Someone who operates an aircraft or spacecraft. First two people to give me the correct word. Pilot is correct, point for Javier, and plastic. All right, we have Javier and plastic. Where are you, plastic? There you are. Moving on to it. I'm going to go ahead and read the score since we're back from break. Richard, you have 10. Javier, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 27. Plastic. 19, Johnny Biz, 5, who's currently in the lead for entering all the champions. I believe he had to leave, though. Michael B, 4, Dovid, 3, Josh, 15, Bronny, 7, Annie, 2, Timothy Sykes, 1, Jeff Mom, 1. One person will enter the Hall of Champions. Hey, Lechin, welcome back. What is this game? We're playing Blurt right now. However, I am giving a point to the first two people to give me the correct answer. We have a lot of players in, and so I'm keeping it more points on the board. The most points you've ever had. Awesome. Love when people beat their high score. Moving on to another round of blurt. The first two people to tell me the correct word for this definition will get a point. A small bed for a baby, usually set on rockers. We've also got another fun game I plan on playing again today. I like Think and Sync. Think and Sync seems to be a new fan favorite. It is not crib. It is not crib. A small bed for a baby, usually set on rockers. Cradle. First two people to say cradle would be Javier and Bronny. Moving on to another round of blurt. The first two people to tell me the correct answer will get a point. A dark underground prison. Ooh, I didn't know that was the definition. That's an interesting one. A dark underground prison. Basement is not correct. A dark underground prison. Dungeon is correct. Guys, I realize I can't say when you guys have it correct until I see the answer twice. I'll tell you guys if something's wrong. It'll be Sasso and Bronny. Sasso, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. Sasso, you're number 12 on the scoreboard, which means you have the number 12 token. The token is red since you are a former champion. Oops. Knock Bronny right off. Moving on to another round of Blurt. The first two people to give me the correct answer will get a point on the scoreboard. An animal related to the spider that has a narrow body and a long tail with a poisonous stinger. I did not know they were related to the spider. An animal related to the spider. Scorpion is correct. That is a point for Javier and Annie. Annie, you're catching up for the Hall of Champions. Annie, number 9. Moving on to another round of Blurt. Where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will get a point. Someone who is trained and licensed to treat diseases and injuries. Doctor's correct, point for Plastic and Brawny. Don't worry, Lechin, we'll be changing up the game soon, and the next one's pretty fun. I don't think you've played Think and Sync yet, but it's a good one. Plastic, I believe you're 3. Yes. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will both get a point on the scoreboard. We have a tool or device used for cutting that consists of a sharp blade attached to a handle. Knife is correct. So that is a point for Javier and Richard. Moving on to another round. Actually, we're going to go back to Think and Sync. Think and Sync was where I have you guys name something, and the first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name something you do in a river. Sure, we'll do a few rounds of this, and we'll do justifiable thoughts. Plastic and Brawny got swim. Name something you bring to the beach. You thought of the song? Towel, Josh and Sasso got it. Myself, that's a good answer. Moving on to another round. Name something you bring camping other than a tent. Other than a tent. Name something you bring camping. And then we're going to play Justifiable Thoughts. Try to refresh. Hey, Mofo Show, welcome back. All right, we have an answer. Let me see. Hello, Mofo Show. All right, who is number 7 and 12? Because I have not seen who got. I have not announced this point yet because I still have to go through it. 7 and 12 would be Josh and Sasso. All right, we have Javier and Josh both got food. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to Justifiable Thoughts. Justifiable Thoughts is a fun one. It's where I have you guys name something starting with a certain letter. The letter will change. The letter will change every round. The first two people to give me a justifiable answer We'll both get a point on the scoreboard. Just love this one. Awesome. Thank you, Bronny, for the recommendation. Where are we at? Welcome, Mofo Show. We have a lot of players in, so we're giving multiple. Yeah, I really like when you guys recommend what game you want to see next. It's good. It's good. You guys can definitely do that. Moving on to justifiable thoughts. Name something dry, starting with the letter R. Name something dry, starting with the letter R. We have a rock and a rat tail. Well, Richard, I'm going to give it to you for rock. I would say the outside of a rat tail is probably dry. Inside's probably not, though. But I'll give it to you for the outside. Richard and Josh, you got it. Just because so many living things are made up of water, but I was going to give it to you, Josh. Justifiable somehow. Rock makes more sense. Rat tail just popped up. Rat tail is dry on the outside, and that's typically what people would refer to. So you guys are both going to still get it. I'm just being too literal in my own mind, I guess. It's justifiable one way or another. Moving on to another round. Also, I mean, you could also take the... Oh, I was thinking of a squirrel tail, but now that I think of a rat tail, I'm sure there's still fluids in there. But you could probably take the rat tail, dry it out, and use it as an earring. My uncle made an earring out of a squirrel tail when he was younger. Weirdly enough. Name something you'd find on a farm, starting with the letter O. All right, we definitely... Onomatopoeia. Okay. Goofy answer. All right, Richard, you said an ostrich. I'm sure they farm ostriches somewhere. You're going to go ahead and get that. Josh, you said onomatopoeia. I had to look it up. I know I've heard it before. An onomatopoeia is the formation of a word from a sound associated with what it is named. Cuckoo, sizzle, you would definitely find an onomatopoeia at a farm. So, Josh, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I was not expecting that answer, but you got it. Where are you, Josh? Right there. I'm at 1 and 7. Perfect. Goofy answer. Whatever comes first in my head. Hey, you got the point. It was justifiable. You definitely find an onomatopoeia. That works. Why not? Because an onomatopoeia is the formation of a word from a sound associated with what it is named. Cuckoo, sizzle. You think, I mean, I'm sure there's been an onomatopoeia on a farm. In fact, cuckoo was the example. If somebody's ever said an onomatopoeia on a farm, that's definitely, I'm sure there has. People speak on farms, and so I'm sure one has been spoken before. And so, especially cuckoo is one. Sizzle, yeah, people talk. Moo, yeah, see, people say moo. Why not? It's justifiable somehow. And no, it's fully justifiable. Onomatopoeia works. It's an abstract thing, but it's still on a farm. Moving on to another round of justifiable thoughts. First two people to give me a justifiable answer will get a point. Name something that doesn't need a tire, starting with the letter C. All right, Josh, you said a cat. Richard, you said a couch. Lutchen, a car would not have count. Cars do need tires. Josh got cat. Richard got couch. Say neither of those need a tire. Jeez, what is a carbuncle? That would not need one. All right, 1 and 7. Richard and Josh getting the bonus point. Moving on to another round of justifiable thoughts. First two people to give me a justifiable answer will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name something you would not want to find in your pudding, starting with the letter P. I think it's the same. All right, guys, got it. Would not want to find any of those. Lutchen, welcome to the scoreboard. I'm going to give Josh the point real quick. Lutchen, you're number 13 on the scoreboard. Since you're number 13 on the scoreboard, you will have the number 13 token. Playing King of the Hill right now. Whoever's the current king when the thing goes off will get a point. The timer goes off. We're going on to another round of justifiable thoughts. Pirate. Yeah, I would not want to find any of these things in my pudding. Name a scary place to ride a bike, starting with the letter A. All right, Javier and Sasso, you guys are going to get it for Ali in Afghanistan. Both definitely justifiable answers. Dark Alley or parts of Afghanistan that are at war. All right, Javier and Sasso, you guys are going to get it. Moving on to another round of justifiable thoughts. First two people to give me a justifiable answer will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name something a thief would have a hard time stealing, starting with the letter G. Name something a thief would have a hard time stealing, starting with the letter G. Bronny and Javier, you both said garage. You guys, Georgia, you guys had some good answers. This is funny. Bronny and Javier, you both said garage. first, or you guys all had good answers. Javier and Bronny, where are you? Right there. We got the goat and the Halo enemy. As the current king of the hill, we have about 23-ish. No, we don't. Yeah, about 24 minutes till the champion is announced. Moving on to another round of justifiable thoughts. The first two people to give me a justifiable answer will get a point. Name something you can break with a hammer starting with the letter I. Ronnie, you said igloo. And Javier, you said ice. Definitely break both of those. All right, Josh, we'll be here. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to Family Feud. Go ahead and move on to Family Feud. Many points can be handed out to the players. Actually, we're going to wait a second. We'll wait a second for Josh to get back. Just like to be fair. All right, moving on to Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same answer will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name an animal that lays eggs. We're going to do Family Feud in about probably a minute or two. I like Family Feud, so we're going to play that in about a minute or two. All right, Josh, welcome back. All right, we have chicken play for Javier and plastic. All right, now we're going to do Family Feud. Now that Josh is back, we've got... Yeah, because that's a tricky one, because since I knew he was going to be refreshing or whatever, I didn't want him to have to wait for 3-4 minutes, so... While the channel's still small and we don't have too many people, I have the luxury to be able to wait. Well, actually, I kind of always will. Well, I don't know. We'll see, right? Who's going to say... Can be able to tell what this channel's like when we have hundreds of people in here. I mean, I have ways to slow it down and stuff. No, that's good. All right, cool. We'll just go to Family Feud then, Josh. Thanks. Can't do that one. Okay, I have this Family Feud Platinum Edition, and I really think it meant Adult Edition. All right, never mind. Some of them are just really inappropriate. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to make sure that I am on data and not Wi-Fi, because I made that mistake before. Or, I mean, vice versa. Yep, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm not on data. Just had to double check for you guys. Moving on to another round of... Moving on to another game. We're going to play Family Feud. Up to 6 points can be handed out to the players. Name a kind of place where you go every Saturday. Yeah, Javi, that's true. Name a kind of place where you go every Saturday. That's weird, Richard. Name a kind of place where you go every Saturday. All right, we have a lot of answers in here. Give you guys a couple more seconds. Javier and who's number 3? Plastic. You guys are both going to get the bonus point. Oh, except the answers above when I said done. There's answers flooding in before you say it. Sharon, check your Wi-Fi. Uh-oh. Hey, maybe sometimes if there's a lot of people on your Wi-Fi, it might be better to just be on data. Of course, you don't want to use too much of your data up because I do use stream a lot. And I don't know what you need your data for. All right, starting at the top. Name a kind of place where you go every Saturday. I'm only reading the answers if they are on here so we can speed it up. Richard, you said home. Home is on here. You're going to go ahead and get the point. I'm going to clean up your points a little bit. I don't know what I did before. Always on data. Wi-Fi is fair. All right. Continuing on. Mall is on here. Store/mall. Javier, you got it. Sasso, you said bar. Bar is on here. Work was a good answer. Not on here. Annie, you said movies. Movie/theater is on here. Catching up. Annie, you're catching up for the Hall of Champions. But it's not over till it's over. We only have 2 answers left. Let's just see if I see them. Oh, Richard, you got park. Richard, you got the last one. Restaurants. All right, that was good. Moving on to another one. We're going to do another round of Family Feud. I really like Family Feud. It's a fun one. All right, moving on to another round of Family Feud. Up to 7 points can be handed out to the players. Hey, Lord Ajax, welcome back. Good to have you back. We're playing Family Feud as really good timing because we're just about to start. We're playing King of the Hill as the bonus. Name something you find sand in after a day at the beach. Up to 7 points can be handed out. Name something you find sand in after a day at the beach. Great timing, Lord Ajax. Welcome back. Remember, you guys are allowed as many guesses as you would like. The new champion will be announced in about 16 minutes. I'm going to give you guys a few more seconds. Remember, I only accept the answers above when I said done, and I've learned that I do need to refresh my screen when I actually type in the chat. All right, scrolling to the top. Lord Ajax, you got shoes. Welcome back and welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. You're number 14 on the scoreboard. So you have the number 14 token. Good to have you back. Where's the... There we go. And you have the red token as a former champion. All right, I'm only going to read the answers if they're correct so we can continue it on. All right, Lord Ajax, you said bag. Beach bag is on here. That is another point. Coming in hot. Coming in on fire right off the bat, we have... Javier, you got hair. Hair/body was on air. Richard, you got towel. Towel/blanket was on here. Gotta make this easier for me to keep track of. There we go. All right, that is all of the points. This is a super weird answer, but money and coins, and then shell was on here as well. Super weird answers. Oh, moving on to a fast round of Family Feud. There's only 2 answers on here, so it should be super fast. Up to 2 points can be handed out. Tell me, in what sport do the athletes receive the worst injuries? Did I put Javier? Did Javier get the last one? Thank you. I think Richard got the last one. All right, it was football and hockey. But just in case, I'd have to double check on that, but we're actually past it now. Javier, you got football. All right, you're going on now. Thank you, though, for the correction. I definitely mess up sometimes. And then, who said hockey? Javier, you also said that. Do appreciate you guys looking out. I do make mistakes. Sasso, gotta sleep. GG, guys. Hopefully joining a little earlier tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Have a great night, Sasso. Thanks for hopping in again. It was fun playing. Moving on to another round of Family Feud. Up to Javier got that bonus point. Up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. Name someone from the Bible whose name begins with the letter M. Name someone from the Bible whose name begins with the letter M. The letter M, just in case I didn't announce it correctly or enunciate it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put done in the chat. I'll refresh my stream. All right, Javier, you said Moses. Annie, you said Matthew. Annie, you're now tied for being in the lead. I'm sorry, you're now tied for entering the Hall of Champions. What number are you? Number 9. Ronnie, you got Malaki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Ronnie, you got Mary. All right, nobody got this other one unless I missed it. I don't think I did, but the other one was Mark. I don't think anybody said it. No. All right, cool. We're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to do another round of, moving on to another round of Family Feud. Up to 6 points can be handed out to the players. Name a food aroma that would make a good perfume. Name a food aroma that would make a good perfume. I see everyone forgot Mark. Name a food aroma that would make a good perfume. Thinking of some of these as a perfume is bread perfume, toast perfume, plastic, toast perfume. Oh my god, it's funny. Oh my god. All right, being done in the chat. That was a rough one, guys. I love the smell of toast. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Toast perfume. I love toast, too, but I don't. That's a really funny one. Oh my god, one of the answers on here is ridiculous. Plastic, you got peach. Custard. Bronny, strawberry shortcake's close enough. It's a strawberry on here. You're going to get it. Cake. Oh, my God. I cannot believe you got this. Annie, you got the point for pizza. This was the weird one I said was on here. Annie, what number are you? Annie, since I announced that you got the point and then the buzzer went off, you are also going to get the bonus point. So you're getting 2 points there. Annie, you're now in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Hey, Whooper, welcome back. I cannot believe you got pizza. I was laughing to see it on here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Toast perfume. Oh, no. You're welcome. Moving on to another round. All right, guys, we have about 5 minutes to the champion is announced. Welcome back, Whooper. Whooper, here's your Mareep. Moving on to another game. We're going to go ahead and go back to Think and Sync for the last few minutes. The first 2 people to say the same thing we're going to point on the scoreboard. Is Killer Cat in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. Nope. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point on the scoreboard. We have Name a Hot Dog Condiment. Richard and Javier both got mustard first. Close. Moving on to another round. Say that again. It was a hot dog condiment, but we're not doing that. We're moving on to another round. First two people to say the same thing will get a point. Yeah, onions on hot dogs. Yep, they're pretty good. Name an ice cream topping. Dirty Dogs. It's common in Chicago. Yep, Chicago style. It's common in Chicago. Chicago's got some really good hot dogs. Whoever subscribed, this firework is for you. All right, we have chocolate. Thank you, plastic. That is a point for Annie and Whooper. I'm assuming you meant chocolate chips, so I'm going to give it to you, Whooper. Annie, you got it. Whooper, welcome to the scoreboard. Whooper, you're number 15. We're playing King of the Hill right now. So whenever the timer goes off, whoever the current king or kings and queens, whatever of the hill are, whoever holds the throne will get a point. That's fine. I figured you meant chocolate chips, but you're good. I'll give it to you. I'm lenient. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a chicken nugget dipping sauce. It's a really goofy thing to be on here. It's okay, Whooper. Yeah, I gave it to you. I told you. Guys, we have a minute and a half left. Plastic and Annie got barbecue. There you go. Plastic and Annie. She'll be 3 and 9. Oh, that's right. Red token. Moving on to another round. 1 minute left. Barbecue's the only correct answer. Autocorrected from ice cream to concrete. That's funny. Name a salad dressing. Name a kind of salad dressing. We have ranch, Javier, and plastic. All right, we have time for one more round. Until the champion's announced. We're going to keep playing tonight, though. I'm just going to go over. We're going to do a round of fill in the blank. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. You guys do not have to repeat the entire sentence. Just fill in the blank. Just when I say blank, just use your word. Snow blank. Snow blank. We have cone, Javier, and plastic. Javier, plastic. And we are out of time. I'm going to pause this. We're going to keep going today, but you guys know for the Hall of Champions and the high score is now closed because they close in 1 hour and 55 to 2 hours in, depending on if I have to add more time because of technical difficulties. So I'm going to go ahead and read the scores and announce the new champion. Nobody can now beat the high score anymore, and only one champion will be added today. Amongst the former players or the former champions, I always read the former champions first. Richard, you got 20. Javier, 45. Plastic, 27. Dovid, 3. Josh, 24. Brawny, 16. Jeff Mom, 1. Sasso, 5. Lord Ajax, 2. Amongst everyone else competing to enter the Hall of Champions, we have Whooper 1, Luchin 1, Timothy Sykes 1, Michael B 4, Johnny Biz 5, and now to announce coming in first place with 9 points. With 9 points, I'd like to announce the new champion in the Hall of Champions, Annie. Congratulations, Annie, and welcome to the Hall of Champions. You have made it. You have earned it. You've come here many times. It is good to see you. Next time you're on this board, you will be red. Your name will be red. Your token will be red. Congratulations, Annie. Good to see that you're enjoying the show. Annie, you're number 62 in the Hall of Fame. Thank you. You're welcome. You earned it. Hey, Luchin, keep coming back. You'll get it. I'm so chuffed. It's the highest score I've ever had. 5, 10. Yeah, it's 27, Plastic. Right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 27. That's pretty good. That's a lot. Guys, we're going to keep going. I think what I need to do is take a 10-minute break so that way I can get some food. I'm definitely going to need to eat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on break. It's just going to be a 10-minute break. I'd like to keep going today as long as we got a couple players when I get back. We're going to keep going. Now the Hall of Champions is closed. There's Annie, and the high score is not able to be beaten. The high score will only able to be beaten the first 2 hours, and the champion will only be able to be announced the first 2 hours. I'll do dishes quick. Awesome. Yeah, I'll let you come pretty often. I love concrete on my ice cream. All right, guys. I'm gonna keep a stopwatch on me. We're gonna keep going. Congratulations again, Annie, for entering the Hall of Champions. Good stuff. Plastic beating your high score. Josh, welcome back. We're doing a 10-minute break. If you missed it, Annie entered the Hall of Champions. Plastic got a personal best, which is awesome. Josh, you're getting a lot of points too lately last couple weeks. All right, guys, 10 minutes is going to start now. I'm going to bring a phone on me so I can keep talking to you guys. All right, guys, we are back. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Yeah, I knew I was going to. I'm not even pretending that I'm not. I don't even know why I'm pretending that I'm not going to. That's funny. Oh, that's cool. Plastic. Homemade. Your cousin gets to take a lot of extras home. That's super cool. All right, guys, welcome back. Probably go for at least another hour, maybe a little bit longer. We'll see. We're doing a lot of preparations for the move. Also, I hope everyone here is subscribed to Practical Gaming Center. I do realize that I need to start telling everybody about that. We'll be switching in about 2 months. And so please, guys, subscribe to my other channel, Practical Gaming Center, because this live will be... So please, guys, subscribe to my other channel, we will be switching to Practical Gaming Center in about a couple months. I have to let the dog in. Give me 1 second. It's barking. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue on. I should put a link in for my other channel. Annie, that's a great idea. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to do that right now because that is a really, really good idea. Thank you. I appreciate that because I'm going to be switching this over because I wanted Mindful Discovery to be... will you give us a reminder closer to the switch and put up a link? Yes, you guys, there's great ideas. Great ideas. I'm going to do a link right now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, because games are really, really important to me. All right, I just put a link in right now. I'm going to go ahead and pin it, actually. That was a super good idea. I need to actually start pinning that. Games are super important for me. I want to be a game designer. My life goals, which, I mean, I've hit them, but now I need to expand them so I can do it for the rest of my life. I need to get it to a point where I can comfortably do it for the rest of my life. And then hopefully, after I'm confident I will be doing it for the rest of my life, and then I'll start maybe looking into having a family. But until then, I need to get my dreams to come true to a certain point. Anyway, I want to switch it to Practical Gaming Center. That's my other channel. I haven't been as active on it lately. I did just post a video on it last night, but I have a long-term plan for games, and I want to be a very I want to take it very far. And so I want this game show to be on the appropriate channel. What this turned into, I love, but it needs to be on the other channel, not this one. I want this channel to be more of a personal vlogging kind of thing, and going into I want to go into other content with this one, different educational content and vlogging in general. And so I would like this because I also want to do live on other things on this channel, but I don't want to do them yet until it's switched over. That way you guys know if Practical Gaming Center is live, it's this. And if Mindful Discovery is live, it's something else. So thank you guys. They're really good. Really good suggestions. I'm going to start keeping the link up there. Yeah, I will definitely let you guys know closer to the switch. I'm going to actually I'll probably at some point have a countdown going on when we're getting a little bit closer. But for now, I definitely need to start getting people over there. So I need to remind you guys a little bit sooner. So I'll probably actually start mentioning it every stream. Anyway, thank you guys very much. We're going to go ahead and continue on. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to Blurt as soon as I can find it. There we go. Actually, we're going to play Tribon. We haven't played Tribon. Tribon, the first person to tell me what these three things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. We have ice, sour, whipped. First person to tell me what these three things have in common. Ice, sour, whipped. Ice blank, sour blank, whipped blank. Richard, welcome back. Bronny, welcome back. Just for fun fishing, caught 4 fish. Awesome. Richard and Bronny, please make sure you guys are subscribed to Practical Gaming Center because we'll be switching there in a couple months. I think you guys are, but I just wanted to. Cream is correct. Point for Bronny. We're going to go ahead and resume the King of the Hill now. Thank you, Bronny. What was it? It was ice, sour, whipped. It was cream. Ice cream, sour cream, whipped cream. Did that first day you told us while it was fresh in my mind. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Moving on to another round of Tribon. The first person to tell me what these three things have in common, I'll get a point. We have paper clips, rubber bands, envelopes. Bronny, you're getting the bonus point. Office supplies was the answer. I'll give it to you, Bronny, for office. Stationary would have also been a good answer. I would have accepted. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me these three things have in common, I'll get a point. We have a fang, a tusk, a molar. A fang, a tusk, a molar. Richard, you got tooth there, parts of the tooth. Guys, I know I said I would be moving. Bronny, you got cream. I did give you the point for cream and put you up there. Awesome. Good stuff. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me these three things have in common, I'll get a point. We have locks, tresses, curls. Ah, okay, gotcha, Bronny. Plastic, you got it for hair. Moving on to another round, Tribon. First person to tell me these three things have in common, I'll get a point. We have silk, nylon, burlap. Fabric is correct. Point for Richard. You guys, I think we're going to go until the top of the hour. So we're going to go for another 41 minutes because I have a lot of stuff I'm still trying to set up and work on. Just have a lot of things I'm working on. Went on to another round. Oh, we did that one. Oh, ha. I had the Tribon thing backwards. First person to tell me these three things have in common, I'll get a point. North America, Europe, South America. Awesome. North America, Europe, South America. North America, Europe, South America. Continents is correct. That is a point for Annie. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me what these three things have in common will get a point. Montreal, Calgary, Quebec. A couple answers I will accept. Montreal, Calgary, Quebec. Sorry, I think the stream lagged for a second. Anna, you got it. Canadian cities, I would have accepted. That was good. That was good. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty. Give me a second. We're still live. We should still be live. All right. That's weird. Yeah, sorry about that. The stream definitely lagged. My apologies on that. I'm not sure what happened. I think maybe my a little spike in my internet or something. I'm the only one here right now, so I'm the only one using the internet. But I am using it on quite a few devices. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me these three things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. We have a pediatrician, a podiatrist, a psychiatrist. Welcome back, Javier. All right, we have doctor's correct point for Javier. We have 38 minutes left in tonight's stream. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me what these three things have in common will get a point. We have wind, whales, noses. Wind, whales, noses. I'll give you guys a hint. They all blank. Wind, whales, noses. Blow. They all blow. That's a point for Javier. Moving on to another round of Tribon. Couple answers I'll accept for this one. Sing, pray, get married. Sing, pray, get married. Church is correct one for Richard. Did you say don't do it? Are you talking about getting married? Don't do it? Oops. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree. I don't regret my first marriage. I probably won't do it again, though. I almost certainly won't do it again, actually. Richard, you're getting the bonus point. It's not the possessions for me. I want to keep my freedom and my time. Will be 20 years. Wow. Yeah, I was married for 2.5 years. It was a great marriage, but I'm actually really, really happy to be on my own again. So good start, good ending, good middle. It was all good, but sometimes you think you want something till you have it, and you realize you don't want it after you have it. That can be rather unfortunate. And then I didn't really realize how much I was missing my freedom. I mean, I did to an extent, but now that I'm back on my own, I'm planning on staying here for at least until I get everything else I want first. You look too young to be divorced. I still need to get divorced, actually. I'm still legally married. That was good. I'd rather learn young, right? Rather learn young. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me these three things have in common will get a point. Scoot, lug, toboggan. today, guys. Leave me alone. I believe Bronny's in a happy relationship. Types of sleds is correct. Point for Javier. Moving on to another round of... Wow, chat. Stream's being a little funky today. Stream is being definitely a little funky today. All right, hopefully we can get through this next half hour. 34 minutes. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person done with these three things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. We have Hungary, Turkey, Chile. You've been with your partner since 2011. That's awesome. I would like to have a partner. I'm not saying I don't want to have a partner. I just don't think I want to do the marriage thing again, like the legal part of it. I would like to have a partner, and I would like to have kids one day. I just don't think I want to actually be married. Country is correct. Point for Bronny. I'm also going back and forth on it, on if I even want to have a family, because having free time again it's been really nice. If I'm going to be 100% honest. Just having total control over my life is nice. He's a keeper. Did you mean she's a keeper? Okay. That's funny. Moving on to another round. Tribon. First person done with these three things have in common. She's a keeper. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I thought mommy of two. That was a little misleading. Respectfully. Moving on to another round of Tribon. I thought it was a typo, but then I just didn't know. You know, people are into what they're into. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person done with these three things have in common will get a point. Black sink pot. Black sink pot. Yeah, it's Brian. It's cool that I get to that you bring your family in here. We got a lot of people a few people who bring their families in here. It's super cool. Hole is correct. Point for Richard. Moving on. Fair enough, Bronny. Fair enough. Fair enough. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person done with these three things have in common will get a point. We have graph paper, movie theaters, actors. Graph paper, movie theaters, actors. They have blank. Script is probably the closest one out of what you guys have said. Script, I would say, is the closest. Graph paper, movie theaters, actors. They have blanks. Lines would be correct. Point for Javier. Moving on to another round of Tribon. The first person done with these three things have in common will get a point. Shoes, twins, earrings. Two or pairs is acceptable. Point for Javier. Right. It's funny. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me what these three things. Actually, we're going to go ahead and move on to Blurt. Blurt's a fun one. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for two words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition. She's Sorry if I led you guys the wrong way. No problem, Ronnie. The first definition. An open fireplace used for cooking meat, usually outdoors. The second definition. Someone who feels that he or she is better than others or judges people by their wealth and social position. Well, this one you guys got it here. Heck yeah. Pit is close. Barbecue is correct, and snob is correct. Point for Brawny for snob. And a point for Richard for barbecue. Oh, Richard's number one. I'm glad you guys still like this stream. It means a lot. I got a lot of things I want to be adding. They just take a lot of time. Like I've spent almost 30 hours reading the dictionary. Awesome. Cool. Moving along. Yeah, I've spent almost 30 hours reading the dictionary and stuff amongst everything else I've been doing too. So a lot of things take time. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Richard, you're getting the bonus point. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition is a food made of a pastry shell filled with fruit, meat, or custard and baked. The second definition, someone who gives instruction or classes. Hey, plastic, welcome back. Richard, you got pie. Teacher is correct. Plastic, you got teacher. Moving on to another round of Blurt. Where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, someone working in a bank who receives and pays out money. The second definition, a stream or jet of water is for drinking or decoration. I was eating a scone. Well, welcome back. I hope your scone was good. Teller is correct. Point for Javier Brawny. You're a close second on that one. Richard, close third. Fountain is correct. Point for Javier. All right, I think we have. We're going to keep going. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a leather or metal band for the neck of a collar. The second definition, the full-grown male of cattle. It was delish. Good. The leather or metal band for the neck of an animal. Did I say it wrong? Bull was correct. The leather or metal band for the neck of an animal. Collar is correct. Did I say collar the first time I read it? My apologies if I did. Brawny, you got bull. I said the first one. Oops. And Javier, you got collar. Oh, all right, perfect. Yeah, you did. I got confused. Yeah, so sorry, guys. I thought I said it wrong. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a performance of music. The second definition, a container that consists of one bottle enclosed in another bottle with a vacuum between them. Concert is correct. Point for Javier. Thermos is correct. Point for Javier again. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to Family Feud. Family Feud's a fun one. I really like Family Feud. Glad you guys like it because I still have more cards I haven't introduced yet. I think I have an extra pack or two I found at the thrift store I haven't even opened yet. Ooh, this is a weird one. 8 points can be handed out. Up to 8 points can be handed out to the players. I don't think you guys will get all 8. Moving on. Name someone who gets paid to wear a mask. Name somebody who gets paid to wear a mask. This is I'll give you guys 2 hints. Superhero was not specific enough, and tradesman is close, but also still not specific enough. I gave those hints because there's a couple points for both of those hints that are out there. I'll give you guys a few more seconds. This is a tricky one. Give you guys a few more seconds. All right, putting done in the chat. You know, I only accept the answers above when I said done. I don't like this card. Oh, Annie, you were so close with fireman, but it's below when I said done. You're so close. That was on here. I do have to be strict with the done thing because some people like to cheat. Brawny, you... Yeah, I before when we first started, I would just read... I sometimes read a few more answers after done, but then people knew I was doing that, and they would keep on going, and I'm like, all right, well, now I just have to be strict with it so that stops happening. Brawny, you got clown. Which fair is fair? Annie, you're a close second with clown. Plastic, you got doctor. Surgeon's on here, so I'll give it to you for doctor. Bank robber. Sometimes they get paid to wear a mask. Sometimes they do not get paid. Plastic, you got Batman. Well, all right, so I'm going to read the other ones. Hockey goalie, Disney mascot, welder, fireman, Spider-Man. I couldn't take 2 general answers for this one because there's some that were so specific that multiple would fit under a general answer. Paid money or paid a visit by the cops. All right, yeah, you can see either way they're paid, right? We actually, Javier and I, when we were in high school, there was a bank that was robbed a couple miles away from our high school when we were in high school. I don't think they ever got caught, and they rode away on a bicycle. They robbed the bank, and like rode away on a bicycle and never got caught. Yeah, I remember it happening. Like we were in school and it happened and stuff. That's wild. Pedaled away and got away. That's just crazy. I cannot believe that happens. As dramatic as movies like to make it, this man had the most simple plan. Smooth criminal. You have some wild stories that I'm here for. That's not even my story. It just happened in our town while we were in school that day. I've got some wild stories too. That one was definitely just a bystander story. Yeah, we don't live in that kind of town either. We don't live in that town where that kind of stuff happens. So that was super interesting. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to blurt, where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be in and up to the players. The first definition. All right, here's number 3, plastic. The first definition. Either of a pair of round organs by which a person or animal sees. The second definition. The sport or skill of shooting with a bow and arrows. Eyes is correct. Point for Javier. Archery is correct. Another point for Javier. Moving on to another round of blurt, wherever the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition. A Native American. The second definition. A talk on a religious subject or text usually given as part of a religious service. My apologies on the first one being Indian is correct, being U.S. specific. A talk on a religious subject or text usually given as part of a religious service. Indian was correct. Sermon is correct. First person on my screen to say Indian would be Barani. First person on my screen to say sermon would be Javier. Moving on to another round. Family friendly. Moving on to another round of blurt, where the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition. But I agree. A game played between 2 teams that are separated by a net and hit a ball back and forth without letting it touch the ground. The second definition, a tool for scrubbing, grooming, or applying liquids. You guys make it hard for me to not laugh sometimes. I will have you know. Annie, you got volleyball. Rush is correct. Point for Javier. Moving on to another round of blurt, where the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be in and up to the players. The first definition. A delicate fabric of fine threads woven in an open pattern. The second definition. An organization of girls or women is at a college. Lace is correct. Point for Javier. For the first one. Sorority is correct as a point for Barani. That's debating. It's too short, otherwise I would have given it to it. Moving on to another round of blurt, where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can be handed out to the players. Hey, Gogs, welcome. We only have about 15 minutes left. The first definition, a structure for housing a swarm of bees. The second definition, a series of pictures or thoughts that a person has during sleep. Welcome back, Gogs. Good to see you back. It's got to be pretty late for you, huh? Like 3 in the morning almost. Dream is correct. Hive is correct. And dream is correct. Gogs, you got Hive. Welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. You're number 16 on the scoreboard. Currently playing King of the Hill right now. Actually, using that. And Dream. Brawny got Dream. Moving on to another round of blurt, where we read the dictionary definition for 2 words. First person down with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition is time that is yet to come. The second definition, a sticky black powder produced when wood, coal, or oil is burned. Future is correct. That is a point for Gogs. Richard, you're a close second. Plastic, a close third. Oh, nobody has it. Suit is suit. I think it's suit is correct. I'm gonna go back and see who the first person to say it was. Javier. Oops. All right, guys. I think we're gonna play. We have a little over 10 minutes left. I think we're gonna play Think and Sync. First 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Or do you want to play Tribond? Would you guys rather play Tribond or Think and Sync? Well, how about we'll do a couple rounds of Think and Sync and then we'll play Tribond. How about that? Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do a few rounds of Think and Sync, and we'll do a card or 2 of Tribond, and then we'll go back, and then we'll see. All right, we're gonna do another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will get a point. We're gonna do a fill in the blank, lip blank. Sync is what came to my mind. That would be a point for Plastic and Richard. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. First 2 people to say the same thing will get a point. We have another fill in the blank. Step blank. Step blank. Ladder. Gogs and Plastic. I was thinking like Step Family. Ladder. That was a good one. That was a super good one. Annie, you're close on that one, but it was Gogs, Plastic, then Annie. Y'all said Ladder. It was a good one. Gogs and Plastic. You got it. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will get a point. Another fill in the blank. We have dollar blank. Bill, Gogs, and Javier. Make sure this is still going. Another round of think and sync. First two people to say the same thing will get a point. We have another fill in the blank. Made in blank. Made in blank. Gogs and Brawny. I like how the two... Never mind. Gogs, you got it. Brawny, you got it. I was surprised you two said Britain, but you guys... That was funny. I don't know if I've ever actually seen Made in Britain on anything. Ever in my life. I've only ever seen Made in China, US, and then a few other countries. Everything is made in China. Yeah. Yeah, because we're British. Yeah, I know. That's why it was... Yeah. That's fair. Brawny and Gogs. Got it. All right, you guys get the bonus point. I was made in Britain. Moving on to another round of... Actually, we're going to do one Tribon card. The first person done with the correct answer will get a point. We're going to go Barber, Swivel, Easy. It's very rare now. It's mostly China nowadays. There's a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of Taiwan stuff. Chairs, correct point for Annie. Moving on to another round of Tribon. Drug, hardware, grocery. Stores, correct point for Gogs. Where are you, Gogs? Seems as though I've forgotten that one. I was surprised the Barber did not get it. Moving on to another round of Tribon. We have Honey, Queen, Bumble. Yeah, what is an easy chair? Honey, Queen, and Bumble. Oh, it's a software company? Is it also a chair? Oh, it's a chair too. B is correct. Annie, you got it. It's easy chairs, a few things. Last round of Tribon for this card. We have a little over 5 minutes left. An elephant, a walrus, a wild boar. No problem, plastic. Tusk is correct point for plastic. Welcome, Traveling Patty and Barinator. Guys, we only have a few minutes left in tonight's stream. We've had that a couple times. Well, they reuse the same word sometimes, and they'll use different ones. Like they'll put like countries on the same line on many cards. They'll just use different countries. By the way, Gogs and Barinator and Traveling Patty, if you guys are not subscribed to Practical Gaming Center yet, please go ahead and do so. This channel will be moving over there in a couple of months. I'm trying to let you guys know now and soon. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and play Think and Sync. Welcome back, guys. We have a few minutes left. We're going to go ahead and, Barinator, hope your camping trip went good. I am already a sub the first time you said awesome. Thank you, Barinator. That's right, you did. It's hard for me to keep track of. I just want to make sure that I'm getting everybody over there before I do the switch. Moving on. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We're playing Think and Sync. Name a superhero. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Done, mate. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Looks like all of you guys are. Perfect. Thank you, guys. All right. Plastic and Gogs. You guys got Batman. We are currently playing King of the Hill right now. Making a fly on a hook. That's cool. I figured you meant Batman. No problem. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync, where I have you guys name something. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point on the scoreboard. Name something you put on fries. That's pretty cool, Ronnie. There's actually quite a few fishing streams. It's weird because Batman doesn't actually have any superpowers. He's just super rich. Javier and Bronny, you got ketchup. Yeah, that is kind of weird how he's considered a superhero. Hey, Brian, welcome to the live game show where I host and keep score. You play by commenting. We only have a few minutes left in today. There's it Javier and Ronnie got it. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a part of a shoe. We have Annie and Javier said lace. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two. Brian, welcome to the live game show. We do play a variety of card games and some board games on here. I always keep score, usually by the first person who gives me the correct answer on my screen. I do try to stream at least 6 days a week. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. Name a winter decoration. Good to have you, Brian. All right, we have Annie and Gogs both said tree. All right, guys, we're going to do a couple rounds of blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. What's going on, Baronator? The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first, if you don't know the answer for the first, you can answer the second. You'll allow as many guesses as you would like. 1 guess per comment. The first definition, a large animal. A large animal that has hooves, a long mane and tail, and is used for riding or for pulling heavy loads. The second definition, a musical instrument that has 4 strings and is played with a bow. We have Gongs and Annie were the king of the hill when the timer went off, so they will both get the bonus point. Horse is correct, and violin is correct. First person on my screen who said horse would be Javier. Ronnie, you're a close second on my screen. And who's the first person to say violin? That'd be Bronny. Javier, close second. Just a lot of crazy people. What happens? It's an interesting world we're living in. Just over the last few years, everyone's been cooped up. Moving on to another round of blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be in and out to the players. The first definition: having hair that is dark brown in color. The second definition: small drops of water that condense from the air and collect on a surface, usually during the night. Gogs, is it just a checkup, or are you getting checked up for being sick? Or brunette is correct. Point for Gogs. Gogs, I hope this isn't your last point. Do is correct. Who was the first person on my screen to say do? Hope everything's okay with you, Gogs. Javier. Got do. Going to get an IV drip. Oh, okay. So is it just like a normal checkup thing where you're a normal dose? Now you got your stuff going on. Are you in there for 6 hours? Oh my God. Or do you have 6 hours till you have to be there? I hope you're not in there for 6 hours. That'd suck. Oh no, Gogs. Bronny, if I get both right and on the hill by myself and the King of the Hill bell rings, do I get 2 bonus points? You do not. No, it's only it's just the most recent person. The only reason there's ever 2 people up here is during some of the games where 2 people get a point at the same time. Otherwise, it's just 1 point given out. I like that 2 people can get a point because it's 2 different different. So no in 6 hours trips. 8 hours. Oh my God. All right, Plastic. Are also going to be. Time is out. We're 3 minutes in. Thank you, Plastic, for coming. It's always a pleasure for me as well. You have a good night. 8 hours to get that. That's crazy. Yeah, Bronny, it's still that's fair. It's still it's the most recent person to earn a point. So if let's say you got the first, let's say Gogs got the first blurt answer, I would put him on, and then when I give the point for the second, then I would put you on. So if you got the 2 in a row, you would just stay on. Yes, everyone. I hope you guys have a great day. Whoever's leaving, and guys, I'm gonna we are at the end, and I've got a lot of stuff I've got to catch up on. Right. If you get both of them right, you're just gonna stay on the hill. So just like if we were to play Family Feud or Battleship, the most recent person to get a point, the most recent point earned makes you the King of the Hill. I don't King of the Hill doesn't offer 2 bonus points to one person ever so far. It can just offer 1 bonus point for who's ever up there, and some games just let people share the throne. Yes, Ronnie. Yes. Good clarification. For at least now, it's subject to change. We don't know what lies in the future. No matter what, only 1 point is given out per person on the throne. Yes. So if 2 people share it, they both get a point. But if you're up there, if you get both on blurt, you're still just getting 1 point. So. Well, especially, yeah. Especially because the timer could go off between me giving the first point out and the second point in blurt. And so, yeah. Baronator, good to see you. Sorry, you guys, a couple of you guys having a rough day today. Well, one of you is going to have a rough day tomorrow. 6 weeks straight? Oh, my God. That's a lot. Yes, Gogs, I should be on tomorrow. What is today? Wednesday? Yes, Gogs, I should be on tomorrow. Hopefully a little sooner. All right, well, we are done with the game, so I forgot to pause the timer. Yes, because when I did the buzzer at the end of the 3 hours, we were done. So the point does not get handed out because the timer is out. 5-6? Yeah, probably about 5-6. Probably about 5, 6. I'd like to do earlier. Today was rough. I woke up at like 4 p.m. today because I didn't go to bed till like 9 in the morning. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and read the scores real quick. Hang out for a couple more. No, Bronny, because I did end the game a couple minutes ago because we were 3 hours in, and so I went like times out, and I just forgot to turn off the timer, so we're not playing anymore right now. Sorry, Bronny. Sorry, but you were the most recent king. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and read the points. Richard. 31, Javier. 64, Plastic. 36, Johnny Biz 5, Michael B 4, Dovid 3, Josh 24, Bronny 30, Annie 17, Timothy Sykes 1, Jeff Mom 1, Sasso 5, Lutchen 1, Lord Ajax 2, Whooper 1, Gogs 11. Yeah, 31's pretty good. You guys came in pretty late and got a lot of points. That is pretty rapid. That is good. Guys, I'll hang out for a few more minutes while I just kind of clean up the studio a little bit. Can you sleep while you have the IV drip in? Probably. I agree, Richard. I love seeing the intellect from the people here all over the world, and the goofy humor too, and the fast-paced games as well. It's pretty fun. Try stopping me. That's funny. I would probably take a nap too. I wouldn't want to sit there awake. Have a good one, Bronny. 12 weeks is a lot of time. Plastic, you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36 plastic. 36 points. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Personal best for sure. It's probably smart to wait for it to quiet down a little bit. Partner visited twice a day every day still wasn't enough. Yeah, I'm sure that's a lot. That's 12 weeks being bedbound is crazy. It reminds me of the book I recently read, Diving Bell and a Butterfly. It's about this guy who's in a coma briefly from a wreck, and he woke up from the coma and he was a paraplegic. And the only way he could communicate with the outside world for the last 16 months of his life was by blinking his left eye. He wrote a book about it too, and every time somebody wanted to talk to him, they had to start reading the alphabet letter by letter, and every time it got to the letter he wanted, he would just blink, and then they would do that until they had the words. Yeah, 16 months, horrible way to end your life. Hospitals don't sue me. Hospitals aren't quite a fun place for anyone. Yeah, hospitals aren't the most fun. Like 3. Oh yeah, guys, man, 12 weeks in bedbound would do it. My ex mother-in-law, she was bedbound for a very long time. Hey, Baronator, have a good night. I hope your day gets a little bit better. She was bedbound for a long time, and her leg, she broke her leg and it atrophied so bad. I mean, it was like you could see the difference in the muscles between her two legs. Because she was able to scoot around on one after a while. She just lost almost all of her muscle in one leg. Have a great night, Baronator. Hope to see you back tomorrow. We should be starting a little bit earlier tomorrow. Should be starting a little bit earlier. Gave you the wrong antibiotic. It happens. It's not exactly a kind mess up to extend it by 6 weeks. Coma for 3.5 weeks. Oh man. You two have been through the ringer with your stuff. Oh, Gogs, is that when you lost? Yeah, I figured that's when you lost the lung. Oof. Young works so good. God, that'd be hard. Guys, I really do. I'm about 16 minutes over. I'm going to have to get off soon so I can catch up on my other stuff for the stream. Should go, bro. All right. I agree with Richard. Yes, we'll be on tomorrow. I'll try to get on a little bit earlier if I can. Let me give you guys a rough estimate of when I'll get on. I'm gonna try to get on earlier. Sorry for the late post, guys. Today I woke up very late. I'm working around the clock to be able to improve this. I know it takes some time for the improvements to actually come on screen because a lot goes on behind. Yeah, I'll try to start a little earlier tomorrow. I'm not sure what time though. Yeah, we'll call it a night, guys. Talk tomorrow. Thank you guys again for another game night. Gogs, good luck with your IV. Richard, good luck with your ankle too. Yeah, I'm sure that's not a very go-getting fun process to have to go through. It's all good. You have other things that are more important. No, Richard, I'm gonna stop streaming so I can keep working on the stream. There's just things I have to do behind this stream. Game, like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I just, hey, Luke to Duke. Like Richard, when I'm not on stream, I'm off stream. Almost all of what I'm doing is still for the stream and stuff. So, Luke to Duke, we were actually at the end. I just started turning to get off. We'll be back on tomorrow. We're 3 hours and 16 minutes in. We just got to the end, unfortunately, Luke to Duke. I will, however, Luke to Duke, I'll add you to the scoreboard. Luke to Duke, you don't get a point. I just put late next to your name. Welcome to the scoreboard. Because I know you and Baronator like to just get your names on the scoreboard sometimes. So there you guys go. I'm going to probably do the same for Baronator. Nah, Baronator already left. All right, guys. Whooper, we're actually at the end, guys. I'm be back tomorrow. I just got some stuff to do. Jeffinator, yeah. Guys, thank you so much for another good stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I would hang out more and catch up with you guys. We have so many people rolling in. I got to make sure I get off and get some stuff done. Thank you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow. Have a good night and good luck with tomorrow with everything.